By the time you're going to bed at 10 p.m.,
baby's waking up.
Sometimes the way my heart comes.
Tell him, baby's
awake. I don't know what I needed to do.
We had fulfilled all righteousness.
Oh, Charlie. You prepared a table before me, Charlie. I didn't catch up now.
In the present. Do you know one day I felt at the point I felt there was a demonic influence involved. No, I'm telling you, I had a feeling that maybe there's a demon involved.
Hello, people.
Hi.
What's up?
Welcome back to our channel. My name is Pa, and this is my beautiful wife.
Carissa.
Today we have our friend Daniel joining us.
Daniel does so many things. He's a photographer, he's a videographer, he's a musician, he's a saxophonist, he's a worship leader, he's a drone pilot, he's a husband, and a father of two
And he's the one who gave me marriage advice when it comes to.
Why are you not able to say the word?
Say that.
Because this isn't made for kids.
It's PG kids.
But this video, I don't think this video is for kids. But anyway, yeah, it's really good to be here, and thank you guys for having me.
So today we're talking about life with a newborn, or like those first few months after you have a child, and what it's like, what it does to your personal life, what it does to your marriage, and so on and so forth. So let's just get right into it.
I remember when the baby came, the first few weeks, this is how I looked every time I went to bed.
I don't think anything prepares you for how exhausted,
Charlie,
so exhausted you'll be those first few days and weeks.
For me, with our first child, at a point, my wife asked me politely to move to the other room because I think the space wasn't enough for us three on the bed. Because there was the fear that she could roll over the baby and also, but she didn't know she was actually doing me a favor. So I just accepted coolly, no objection at all, because I had to. I know, right? I got to sleep and sleep well. And with the second one too, I am still in the other room. I don't have to be with them in the bedroom. Of course, there are some nights that when Ian goes to spend the weekend with his grandparents, she wants me to sleep in the room with them, and I actually do, but it's not easy at all. It's like after every hour the baby cries. After every hour the baby cries, and sometimes she cries for so long, and it's like I'm dreaming about it, and I'm thinking, okay, Kylie, so can't you hear the baby cry? And sometimes I have to literally tap her. And she says she hears her crying, but Charlie, it's like she's tired. It's like she should cry. And for me, all I want is to just put the breast in her mouth so she stops crying, so I can sleep. It's a time where you have to, know that and accept the fact that you have to let go of your own comfort.
Yeah. You have to part ways with sleep. Yes.
And honestly, I really, really, admire my wife, Kylie. She does so well with that. Yeah, you can tell that she's tired. And sometimes I feel very bad, but Charlie, I will do out. I feel bad. So what happens is sometimes most nights I don't sleep early. I sleep after 2. And so when they go to bed, I'm working, and sometimes I hear the baby crying. Sometimes I go for her and then just bring her with me in the sitting room while we work so she can sleep. Or days when I wake up earlier, when she wakes up, I go for her or she actually brings her to me so that she gets to sleep at least from like 5 a.m. to about 6 or 7 or maybe 6 to, so.
I think you try sometimes. Like,
I was waiting for you to say that. There've been nights where
crying, like he'll carry her and bring her to me.
And this is like throughout the night, so morning.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to say that because I don't want to blow my own trumpet. So please blow. Blow it now.
I'm blown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that mothers do very well. You see, that's why Mother's Day is such a big deal. And Father's Day is like nobody cares. It's like Father's Day is like we are forcing to also have a day and just appreciate fathers. Of course, fathers have their role, fathers and all. But when it comes to like hands-on taking care of the child,
I remember there was this time that I think it was a Sunday or something. I don't know. And Kaya started taking a beating that night because I don't think Kaya slept throughout the night. And it was we had just done like service on Zoom, and after Kaya was sleeping, and I remember thinking to myself like, I can't care for the baby the way I can't. And so I understand why mothers get all the praise.
Oh yeah, and you see, I
can't care. Like the care. Someone asked me like, how is fatherhood? I'm like, right now just about buying that base. Anyone can do it. So let's give some time. Let the baby grow and let's see how you can instill certain values in them. Right now it's just about buying diapers, but the care that a mother gives, Charlie.
It's true.
It's only a mother that can give that care.
Charlie, it's not easy, but children are a blessing, Charlie. Like kids, and I was telling Pa the other day that from the beginning, especially now with baby Cara, what you see more now is the crying and she's not sleeping and but after a while when she starts growing and she starts walking and she starts speaking, start learning to talk, that's when you really, really enjoy her because she starts saying her first words, mama, and she says things and you wonder, oh wow, my child is growing. There's this feeling of like you feel so proud of them and you feel excited and happy that wow, I've also produced another human being and they are learning to talk and so there are different stages.
Challenges have to brace themselves, but it gets better after a while. It's not like they don't wake up throughout the night.
Yeah, they do, but you get used to
it. Your body too sort of reprograms itself.
And with Cara, for instance, you can tell, okay, if she sleeps around this time, she'll sleep for
a number of hours.
Yeah, you can predict. It becomes predictable. Yeah. So then it gets better. You can make adjustments,
and then you also learn to program yourself into their pattern. That way it's easier for you to
your life literally revolves around them. I'm telling you.
Talking about your life revolving around the child, it's usually the women, the mothers that go into that. I don't know what the word is, but no, like their lives revolving around the child, and the children become the center of the world.
Bro,
and it's like nothing else. It's like no one else matters.
Talk to us.
And that can also be really, really frustrating because, of course, definitely you are told that. I'm talking about sex here. Yeah, they were. I don't know why they were. I don't know why they didn't want to say the word
louder. Louder.
And. Yes, we know that after they have the baby, there's this 2 months or 6 weeks, period where you can't do anything.
But let me just cut you. You continue after this. It depends. So it can be 6 weeks, it can be 8 weeks, depending on what happens during the delivery of the baby. So if she sustains a first degree tear, second degree. So it depends. It varies.
So let's say that you have to wait for two months. Yeah. So I mean, 2 months, and Charlie, you number your days. You count like Lord. You just patiently wait and number your days. And it can be frustrating when the 2 months come. And you see, what happens is sometimes also for the woman because, they are still in the whole hormonal whatever change period. Of course, by 2 months they are done with the hormonal change, right? Yeah, see, they are still changing. So
they're still like
so it's like
adjusting.
you're adjusting, and the baby is crying, and they're tired, and all that. And then they've also not had sex in 2 months. But maybe or probably more, depending on how the end of the pregnancy was. So Charlie, if you are not lucky and your wife's pregnancy was a very easy one, and towards the end you couldn't touch it, then it's like now we are talking about like 3 months for you,
4 months,
or 4 months. Yeah. You see, and the frustrating part is, so I'm talking for the men, is when it's like 2 months are up, okay, 2 months are up, and then it's like Charlie, baby, and she too. I mean, it's bad enough for the baby to cry a lot. But when your wife now, it's like her mind is not really there, you now have to, of course, you have to be patient with her and relax for her. But it can be really frustrating. Yeah, and Charlie, we've not really done it in a long time. So, okay, can we? Okay, yeah, And then the baby's also crying. Baby's crying. Baby's hungry. And you see, when the baby sleep parting, so if you also work, maybe during the day you go to work, you're back, and baby is crying, baby has bath, okay, and baby is going to bed at 8 p.m. Surely 8 p.m. is not a good time to want to do anything. Maybe like because you're not ready to go to bed. By the time you're going to bed at 10 p.m., baby is waking up.
Sometimes the woman has to.
Babies are like,
I don't know what I needed to do.
We had fulfilled all righteousness.
Oh, Charlie. You prepared a table before me, Charlie. I didn't catch up
in
now.
the present. Do you know one day I felt at the point I felt there was a demonic influence involved. No, I'm telling you, like I had a feeling that maybe there's a demon involved in this. No, because like continuously without fail. Each time. I mean, you can even time it that, okay, no, we know she sleeps for 2 hours. She's been sleeping for 30 minutes. So it's like, Charlie, there's no way she's going to wake up now. No. So it's like, you have to be quiet. It's going to be really
and that's another thing. Babies don't sleep. They don't sleep deep.
Yeah.
Anyone tells you I slept like a baby, they don't know what they're talking about.
The first few months, you don't sleep.
Oh my goodness, the least thing will get her startled.
Yeah.
The least thing will get her startled. So
you have to be tiptoeing. I remember
oh, Charlie, and start you have to be whispering and talking under too.
Yeah. But I think it's difficult. I think every single woman would attest to the fact that it's not easy. Like mentally, apart from like your physical changes in your body, but mentally you're kind of dealing with this new dynamic where you are a mother, and then you also have to think of yourself as like a sexual being, right? And it's just kind of
it's possible.
It's possible,
yeah,
but
that's what you are saying.
The annoying thing is, I don't know whether I should say it's annoying, but the baby is looking at us.
Yes,
bro. The baby is 3 months old. What does he or she know? What do you mean she can see? What can you see?
Wants an audience where you're like,
look, there was another time. Kara is facing the wall. Is the wall a reflective object? The baby can see. Baby can see what?
They can see like the shadow. I don't know, something like it's so weird. It's so like it's.
Telling my heart come.
Yeah, thought that like it's a private thing between you and your husband, and now there's a third party, so it's just weird.
So she has to be asleep or what?
To be asleep, maybe in a different room or something. Cause like, and even when she's there, your mind is divided. Like, is she okay?
No, but she's okay. You can see. Yeah. You can see her. She's okay. There's nothing wrong. So what do you mean she's okay?
Like it's, you don't understand how much mental space a baby takes in your mind. It's like you are constantly thinking about her. Like, is she okay? Is she breathing? Like, is she too cold? Is she too hot? Do I need to take a blanket? Like, there are so many things that are always like running through your mind.
But honestly, I think that after having a second child, it gets better because all these things that my wife was doing with the first one, she's she's doing better with it after the second child.
And also, I feel like because you've had the experience, so it's not new to you. And one thing is, if you're a first time like parent like us, you have to read a lot because the least thing will become like worrying to you. It's something that's very normal. Remember when guys started doing this funny thing, granting. He started.
What's wrong with this child?
So you have to like read and and so some of these things will not be a surprise to you. Yeah. So in conclusion,
I think I'll say with like you said, the first few weeks they are like it's craziness, but like give it time. Like give yourself to time. Like show grace to yourself because it's a new experience you've never been through before. It's very life changing. It's very overwhelming. So just give yourself time.
What I would say is, first few weeks, or maybe first few months after having a baby can also be a time that there can be a lot of pressure on your relationship, as in like husband and wife. Because it's a new experience. You may find yourself quarreling a lot about things, especially for new, parents, because you're not sure what's going on. Charlie, the baby is crying, carry her. So Charlie, I just gave her a breast. She's not hungry. So why is she crying? Pick her up. Oh, there's nothing wrong. So you can quarrel about simple things, So you have to learn to be patient with each other, okay, and relax, and believe that the baby will be fine. Most of the things, just like Pa and Carissa said, you have to read a lot and find out on things. You can't just go with the flow. And another thing, you have to be cautious about what family and mothers and grandmothers say, because it's like everybody, especially in our African setting, everybody has a different way that you should handle a baby and what you should do. Give them this and hold them this way and back them that way and all that. So you can be confused, but make sure you read around things. And I believe that the medical way is the best, personally. Of course, there are different ways about things, but just at least be sure that you know what you are doing and be sure that you are well informed about things and don't just follow what people say. So that's it. Be patient with each other in your relationship, husband and wife. And the thing about sex, I think that husbands should try and be patient, but then also the wives also. You see, if you can't do it, if he wants to and you can't do it, you should have a nice way, to explain and let him actually see that, but you don't take too long. My pastor's wife once said that women are, we've heard this, it's like men are like electric switch. When you just switch them on, they are turned on very quickly. But women are like pressing iron. And I was thinking about life, but Charlie, some of the women, they are like box irons. Box iron. You don't have to go and buy charcoal. Set fire, put it and fan it. Please, you should be an electric iron at least. So at least it takes long for you to be turned on, but don't take too long. And so the wife should try, and you should also understand that men are different from women. A man's need for sex is different from that of a woman. So don't let it be according to how you feel. It's like, well, I don't feel for sex, so how come you are feeling? You understand that men are different. So when he has tension built up inside of him and he wants to release, because he's also not allowed to release tension anywhere else. He has promised you that you'll be the only one. You see, he's not allowed to.
So please be fair.
Please be fair.
Be fair.
I know that you don't feel like a baby is crying and all, but try, because your relationship also has to work. Your relationship has to work.
Because after a while, it just builds frustration in you. The listening becomes annoying. And it's not because
the annoying part is like,
and it's not because in and of itself it's an annoying thing.
Yeah.
But
because a hungry man is an angry man. It's because you are hungry. You're hungry with a physiological need.
You guys should also be patient.
Oh yeah, we are
also been
patient.
through a lot.
I see. You see,
You
Bible
know
says
how
there's this
to
scripture that
handle
says
handle it
that hope
gently.
deferred makes the heart sick. So we have to be patient. But
Hope deferred makes
the
it's
heart
in
sick.
Proverbs, yeah?
In Proverbs,
I'm
it's like Charlie.
guessing.
Yeah, we've been patient, but for how long? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. How long? Plead my cause, oh Lord. You know, so try and Charlie, give support so that there will be joy. Because it can be really annoying when it's like, Charlie, you are being stabbed, and then so send it. Can you please take this for me?
Bro, I should have said,
Can
send
you
it.
please do this for me? They go send
We
it.
need you.
Hey, yeah,
We
you see,
need
so
you
Charlie, you go
guys.
send 5 cooler, we'll go. We are doing it for our child. But you see, you, Charlie, give support so that there will be joy in the system.
So when you send us, we can.
Oh yeah, you see that
can be bouncing around. Oh yeah, okay, I'll pick up.
Is that Charlie? Then you know. Yeah, I think,
Nah, don't you realize that there are certain times where you send me, I'm happy.
Oh yeah. Right.
Like the way and they send out
Excited child,
candy shop,
Yeah.
jumping around,
Yeah.
bubbly.
But then there are sometimes when you say that he's grumpy, it's like. But he has to do it because he has to be nice.
Yeah,
And he knows it's
yeah.
for the child, so it's like, Charlie, let's be nice.
Okay, so I like to say that just brace yourself. Just brace yourselves for the first couple of weeks and months, but it gets better after time. So for the men, try and be as supportive as you can, because the pregnancy itself takes a toll on the woman, both her body and her psyche. The labor, delivery, and
taking care of a newborn.
Yeah. And so, and since you are not dealing with it firsthand, she's the one who's taking a lot of the stress. The least you can do is to be there and be supportive. So please be supportive, and for the women, understand that postpartum depression is a real thing. Seek help, talk to people, and know that you are not alone. I think the very fact that you are aware that okay, I'm not alone in this struggle can be comforting. So know that you are not alone and be strong. And God will provide strength. So. Alright, so we've come to the end of another video. I hope you liked what you just said and I've learned a lot. If you have, kindly like this video and leave a comment
about your experience. To share your experience if you have a newborn, or you know somebody.
And please don't forget to share the video. Thank you so much. And
Subscribe to Danny's channel as well.
Yeah, we'll drop.
Put it in the
Excellent musician, excellent videographer, excellent this, excellent that.
And
Jack.
If you need
Jackata.
someone to play the saxophone for your beloved, yes.
Oh, that's
pleasant
surprise.
surprise.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
See you guys in the next one.